Marama, is that pissing you off there, the Māori Party flag?
No, it's not.
White flag.
This is
I
the new
don't know whether the
flag.
Māori Party's given up with their white
we are
flag.
the brown between the red and green. That's what we are.
Next government.
The next government, perhaps. All right.
That's right.
Hey,
Change the
hey,
government.
keep those suggestions coming for Hayley's mum's border collie. We want names for the dog, and you'll win a prize too. I took to the streets of Wellington this afternoon, and I asked this question. Do you reckon that we should limit the amount of migrants that come to New Zealand?
More the merrier.
Yes.
You need twice the population.
Migrants, they actually do good for this country.
Because I think it's too much people, especially in Auckland.
They're in work. How many do you see on the street? Not very many.
No, because we have a lot to give and there are a lot of people that need help.
How many do you see lined up at the dole office? Not very many.
We got lots of space here and we're already pretty diverse, so why not bring more?
Not limit, but I think there needs to be more care and quality.
We should limit them more to skilled migrants.
Yeah, appropriate to the needs of the country at the time.
I think we have a duty to take in refugees.
What they get right now is just students, so they don't really have that much skills.
Bring in as many as they want. There's plenty of space, but just not to Auckland.
Do you reckon Winston Peters is onto something, that we need to actually, too many coming here?
I think Winston Peters is talking just for the sake of talking. He just needs airtime.
Wow, what do you reckon, Marama? 70,000 last year. 70,000. I mean, that is a lot of people. Where are the jobs? Does Winston Peters have a point at the least?
Listen, I think that migrants into the country bring skilled labour that we're looking for. These are not people...
And not so skilled labour at sometimes too.
Well, possibly so, but in the regions where they're looking for people to pick apples and do those things, they are struggling to find people in their own region to do that job. However, and if we don't address homelessness and poverty in this country, then we seriously need to be thinking, how do we house another 26,000 net migration into Auckland when we can't even house the people that are there? I do think we need to limit where people can go.
What do you reckon, Ian? Because you guys, Labour's calling for cuts to immigration, so have you swallowed the New Zealand First happy pill, have you?
Actually, what Andrew Little said was we need to manage the immigration system better than we're doing at the moment. So we need to manage it so that
you agree with New Zealand First?
We need to just calm down, Wallace, calm down. We just need to manage it so that, one, we get the people with the skills that we need, and both Immigration New Zealand and Treasury have warned the government that we're increasingly seeing people move into low-skilled, low-wage jobs. But also we need... immigration's great for regional development, and we actually need to see more people moving into the regions, not just into Auckland.
What's the ideal number then? If it's not 70,000, what's the ideal? You give me a number.
No, that's not what it's about. It's actually about making sure that we've got people who are coming in who we utilise their skills.
All right,
I was talking to a civil engineer who can't get work in New Zealand. He's driving taxis. That's nuts.
Could it be 100,000? Could it be 100,000?
I told you that the number's not relevant.
Parmjit, what do you make of this? Does Winston Peters have a point?
I want to ask Winston Peters who he wants to stop. Kiwis coming back home, Australians coming to New Zealand, international students coming to New Zealand, or Pacific people coming under a special scheme, or tradespeople coming to New Zealand. He needs to answer that specifically, who he wants to stop coming to New Zealand.
What's your story? Because you came here in 1995, set up a successful business. You're part of Aotearoa society now. So what do you... Black balls, Marama, that's right. So what do you make when you hear Winston Peters say these sorts of things? What goes through your mind?
Exactly. I want to know exactly who he wants to stop, because we, under this national government, we are very open, outward-facing country, and that's how we want to be. These parties, they want to stop free trade agreements. They don't want to support TPP. They don't want to see people coming into this country. But we want to be an open and outward-facing country.
Why did you come here?
I came here because I married my husband. New Zealand.
Fair call.
I thought Parmjit started off quite well there, because actually Winston Peters' number does include a whole lot of Kiwis returning to New Zealand. Yeah. It's an artificial number, but then towards the end she started conflating a whole lot of issues that really don't fit together.
What are the issues then? What's the ideal number? If it's not, Winston Peters says 7 to 15,000 people, which sounds awfully low. What's the Green Party number?
Well, I think that's a number that Winston Peters has just invented. Ian's kind of right. It's not possible to set the right number. Instead, what you have to do is have settings that actually ensure that immigration is to the mutual benefit of both parties, for the immigrant, but also to the area of the country where people are coming.
I'll come back to you, I'll come back to you, but I want to go to the audience and what do they make of this issue? Are too many migrants coming? Is it good for the country? What do you think?
I found Roz, a lovely British lady who is actually working in New Zealand.
Oh, round of applause for Roz!
Yay!
Welcome, Roz!
What skills are you bringing to us?
Well, actually, I've got a degree in drama and theatre studies, so I was hoping to bring a little bit of that in, but there's not much of that going around, so I've kind of ended up temping in a bank.
At a bank, that's very exciting. I mean, do you think that only you could have done that, or are you taking jobs away from us poor Kiwis?
Well, it took quite a lot of training to do what I do now, so I don't know. There are probably other people that could do it, but I'm the only one that actually wanted to at the time, so...
Fair enough. Why did you want to come to New Zealand?
It's just a beautiful country. The people are really nice, and we spent a year over in Australia, and we thought we weren't ready to go home, so came and thought we'd spend a year or two here and experience the country and the culture, and it's just been amazing, so...
One more question. Would you salute the flag?
Oh, 100% I would.
Would you?
I'd love to.
Here we go. Someone who would. Anybody else? I want to ask, here we go, you're right here. What sort of people do you think we should be bringing into New Zealand?
Well, I think it's only fair to say we should consider it. We can't perhaps... Well, hopefully we can have everybody here, but maybe we have to limit it, you know. But they say there's jobs for everybody if they want work, but put my head on a noose, maybe there isn't, you know. But it needs to be sorted out, you know.
It needs to be managed, doesn't it?
Go without ourselves if these immigrants overtake us, you know. But then we can't put people out, you know. We're seen as a friendly country and...
Do you feel like we have been overtaken?
Well, I don't think we have so far, but we don't want to get it too bad, you know. There are a lot of immigrants out there and if we can manage it, you know. I mean, New Zealand's supposed to be a friendly country and we will try to welcome everybody as long as they behave themselves and that sort of thing.
There you go, behave yourselves and you're welcome.
A round of applause for the sage in the corner. Boy, I could listen to you all night. Hey, this is, Winston Peters says something about I mean, I want to hear what you think of this, but he wants us to...
Change the flag.
No, not change the flag. I have never, ever saluted the flag in my life. No. Not particularly about to start either. Nelson College tried to get me to do it. Should migrants salute the flag when they come in?
I mean, they should respect the flag.
Salute it too?
Salute it too.
Wow.
I
Ian?
think Winston's showing his age.
Marama, would you salute
Not ever, not in my life, would never salute the flag. And I could tell you a whole long list of reasons why.
Well, what's one?
Well, that flag was rolled out in the land wars against our people to prove that we were all a sovereign nation after, in 1860s. So actually there's a whole raft of reasons why I wouldn't salute it.
Of course not. I'm proud to be a New Zealander, and I was an immigrant, but I wouldn't salute the flag. I mean, that actually is saluting, giving respect to a symbol rather than the substance of this country.
Where are you from, Kevin?
England originally.
Whereabouts?
From a place called Farnborough, which has an air show that people have heard of. I grew up with Concorde flying overhead. My family's been here since 1973. And I believe that we, as immigrants, have all contributed positively to this country.
Very good. Very good. Good point. But I just want to touch on the fact that if you're Auckland, right, there is that issue. Auckland is bursting at the seams, and you will hear some people will say this place is getting too big, too fast. The majority of the 70,000 people come to Auckland. Marama, what's the issue?
Look, we went to Te Puia Marae last week and saw the people that would drive around at night, drop their kids off to school, go to work, pick them up and drive around Auckland looking for a place to park their car at night to sleep. Now, we must look after the homelessness situation, the poverty situation.
So you're blaming the immigrants for that?
No, I'm not blaming the immigrants. I'm saying we can't do one without the other. This country needs to fix that situation. But immigrants into the regions, that is beneficial. But to Auckland is already 97% capacity on all the housing. Why bring in 26,000 more people every year?
And just to the regions, places like Palmerston North, how does migration affect?
Oh, migration's hugely important to us. I mean, because of the university and the hospital in particular, we've got, we rely on migration.
So a drop would be devastating to a place like
we would not want to see numbers drop in Palmerston North. In fact, we would like to see more people come. I mean, there's a range of issues.
And yet you're calling for cuts.
There's a range of issues putting pressure on Auckland. Now, we're calling for better management. Wallace, I said it twice before, we were calling for better management. But there's a range of issues putting pressure on Auckland. But I can say from a regional perspective, we would love to see more migrants come to our region.
All right.